Morning everyone, welcome to day 5 of the 12 days of junk journal gifts by the friendly Facebook group of Linda Israel's. Today it's to do a trifold envelope, and I love these. I really love these. The other thing is I'm doing my camera the other way round. Well, not camera, it's my iPhone, because I'm getting black lines again down the sides of my videos. So if you are the first person to see this, can you please give me a shout out to let me know if this is filming correctly, because on my iPhone when I see it, it looks great. I get a full picture, but it seems to be not working on others. It's making the picture look square and you've got the black lines down. So I'm hoping filming horizontally we will solve the problem. It was fixed for a little while and then it went back off again. It's obviously something to do with Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube. So I'm going to show you the one that I've done. This is my wee folder. Let me just undo the tie bit. Okay, if you hear noise, it's just the kids downstairs. They're rather hyper today. We've had snow. So when I open my trifold, I'm going to put it this way, so hopefully, no it won't because I've turned the camera around, haven't I? Okay, I've got to remember that, I've turned the camera around. Now on my one, I've got a pocket here. I'm going to use one of my tags from yesterday so you can see where all the tags are. I've got one on here, and then there's another one here. You can put your tag in, so that's your 2 pockets there. Then there's another one just here on the side. Pop you in. And then there's another one right at the top here. So you've actually got room for 4 different tags. Let me see if I can get that in. Oops. That's it. Didn't lift it up far enough. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 on the front and 4 in there, and these are just made from envelopes. Now the paper pad that I've used today is a paper pad that I actually won, funny enough. Craft Stash UK, they do live videos on a Friday round about 12:30, and whoever is the guest artist that week, they are usually people who are part of the British crafting industry, you know, and they've either been on a Chanda or Create and Craft. They do like a giveaway, you know, of their particular products that they are doing that day. And this one is absolutely lovely because it's got London buses and things like that on it. But it's by Simply Made Crafts, Helen Griffith. So obviously I've used the trees, and I've used the stars on mine today. And now I'm just going to use this one down here. This is the lovely snowman paper, and you've got the little lamppost with the bikes and things like that. So let me just show you how to make a trifold. Now when you're making this, you've got to think that your flap that you're going to be closing it with, this one here, needs to be on the left. So once you get that bit right, and you know this is going to come over and that's going to be your flap, the rest is simple. You literally glue that one under there and this one under here. That is how quick and easy it is just to get your basic. So I'm just going to glue them down. There are lots of versions of these and people do them different ways, and you know, they tuck the flaps inside some of these in here and things like this, but this is like a really quick and easy one. Now the envelopes that you use may have, you know, shorter flaps, you know, as long as it's the ones with some sort of flap on this side so you can join it up, that's what you need. And it doesn't matter the size of the actual envelope. I'm using these ones, which I will measure in a minute, because I had enough of them. That's basically the only reason. And also I wanted something a bit bigger than, you know, a little envelope, so that you could actually see what I was actually doing. So let's get the glue running. I mean, looking at the colour of these, I know I've had them quite a long time, so they're probably vintage by now. So let me get that straight into that corner. That's it. So this will now fold up nicely. Now, what you also need here, just on this one here, you know, the flap bit, is you need to get a ruler. Sorry, I've left my ruler the other side of the table. And you need to make about a 1/2 centimetre score line. So you've got your score line here where you are, where the flap normally is. So you need to move it up by about 1/2 centimetre and make another one. Because the size of the folio, it's going to be bigger than, you know, just the envelope. You need to make sure you've got that little bit of a gusset that will go round the whole bulk of your envelope when you're closing it. And then you just decorate it. Now the back, if you're doing the back, the easiest way to do this is to do it this way round, which is upside down. Glue this bit. No, hang on. No, it's not. It's best to do it this way. Sorry. It's because I did a different pocket. Start this way, and you'll be covering up your flap to make sure you've got it right. Okay. Like this. So you're going to cover this bit up, and then you're going to cover this bit up. Now, when you get to this bit, what happens is you will have an extra bit of card left. So if I get this bit, this will show you what I mean. You'll come round, and this is going to come round onto here, and this is where you're going to have your extra flap, and you're going to fold it back and glue it down, and that will give you your extra pocket. Okay, so the extra bit that you've got from putting this bit down on the back, then putting the second piece on, that is going to give you your pocket on this side. Okay, now this way, I've already cut this bit to size. This one will go on, this is the one that will go on here. Always try and leave a little bit either side so that when you're closing it, it's not going to catch and it's not going to be too bulky. That's the thing you need to remember. And then what I did was I got my hole punch, which again has travelled over the other side of the room. And you need to make a little hole, you know, somewhere where you're going to be able to pick it up from. It's always easier to have one of these little holes in these, you know, your tag points. So let me just punch that in there before it flicks at the camera. It's easier to have these because you can then, it's easier to get into that tuck spot bit there, isn't it? It's easier to do that. So let me just glue him down first. Now gluing this, when you do these, you're going to need to cut a very, very thin slither across the top and across the bottom. And that is because you're going to have a tuck here and a tuck here. So you need to have the hole here and the hole here. But if you cut just the thin slither across there and you leave the bottom open, it can be off. It may look off. It is entirely up to you whether you take the bottom slither off and then glue it or not. But you do need to do the top, and you will need to go right the way along because otherwise it's going to be uneven. So I'm just going to do that and show you what it looks like. Just bring my great big baby over. So when you do this, I find it easier to put the whole lot inside, and it is a tiny, tiny little bit that you're going to take off, next to nothing. Okay. And the reason why you do both sides is just so that they're even, the sides are even, because otherwise that flap is what looks really, really strange, because it just throws the look out altogether. okay? And you've got your little, like that, okay? So now you've got these bits, it's easy to glue it all down. So this one, when you're gluing this one down, remember to glue this bit. Otherwise, you're going to have all this glued down and you're not going to have your tuck. And that is one of the simplest things to forget, always. So first of all, on this one, you're going to glue the top and the bottom. The glue's going to work today. I think it's the cold. Even with the heating on, you know, you can feel that extra chill here today. You know, we've had all the snow. There was a very, very big snowstorm that came over the Scottish borders yesterday. It started round about tea time yesterday up in Gordon, and it travelled through the borders, and of course the kids love that we've got snow. There. So just the envelope bit, not this tucky bit. And then pop him on. That's your middle panel. Okay, and then the other panel. This one is going to be your top tuck. So you don't want to glue that bit because otherwise you're not going to be able to get anything to here. So on this one, you glue this bit here down, and you also put a slither of glue right the way along, because you're making your pocket, yeah, in your top pocket. And then when you've got them little flappy bits, then you're going to need a little bit of extra glue just on those little corner bits there. I'm hoping you can see that, yeah. Because I'm using a different way of doing this, I'm hoping that people can see what I'm doing. And then, again, you're going to glue this bit. The envelope bit. And just leave that tiny little bit of a gap so that it closes easy. Okay. So that will now give you your top pocket bit here. And like a dafty, I've done what I did earlier. I forgot to put the hole in the top. I had to do this last time, so it's nothing new with me. So I'm just going to stick him in. Grab him. That's it. And just eyeball him and hope he's in the right place. There, dib it. So that's that one and that one. So you've got your top pocket now, and you've got your side pocket there. Okay. Now, the reason why I do this separately to glue is because you've got to feel for that line. So the first line is there. So you're feeling for that line. Once you've got that line in, and you know that line is there, glue that bit down. It just fits better by using the ruler on the back. You can feel where it all is, and it just makes for a neater envelope. So you've got that one in. You then move up your envelope and feel where the next one is. And because you've already made the line, it's quite easy to feel it to get that line back in again as well. So you've now got your two lines in. Okay? And then just finish gluing the rest of the envelope right down. I'm just hoping you can see all this. Okay, and then that's glued down there. So they're the difficult bits to glue down. The rest of it's really easy to glue down. And obviously you're then going to trim round there, and you would have already covered the back. You wouldn't have a white back. Now this side, as I say, what you need on this side is you're going to have a fold back like this, because I'm doing mine backwards today, not frontwards. But it's a bit easier to show you this way round. And this is how you will get this pocket and you'll have this pocket here. Okay, so again, exactly the same as before. You glue the bottom. Okay, so that's your bottom bit. You glue down here. Okay, and you pop that down. And you just glue those little bits to make sure there's plenty of glue on those. Okay, because that's where your top bit's going to go. And glue here. And this will be your next top pocket, but you'll also have your little flap on it. And remember to leave that little bit of a gap so that it closes nicely. So that one's on there. And now I'm just going to glue these little bits here. The glue wants to come out. Like that. I've gone a bit squint, have I? Yeah, I've gone a bit squint on putting that bit of card down, so I'm just going to... That's what happens when you're crafting the tripod by your elbow. I think the mistake is like that. That's it, got you on there. There we go. And then I'm just going to turn this right the way around, because this is where we're coming to decorate in the back. Like that. Whoops. Well, they didn't stick down very well, did they? I think I put more glue on that. That's where I was repositioning. There. So there we have your pocket here, and your pocket in the top here, the one inside here, and the one inside here. And that's how you do your trifold. It's really quick and easy to do. It's not complicated. It just looks it. And when you first come with this great big thing and you're thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to get all that covered? It really is, you know, mind-boggling, and your head goes, I can't think I can do that. But you can. It's so easy. The best thing to do with your card is if you measure your card first, the length of it, and cut 3 pieces exactly the same length, that just works so well, because you're then just cutting the rest in. I'll explain what I mean. Let's take a piece of this red. So literally pop it on and work out how long it's going to be, mark it, and then cut that bit off on 3 pieces of card. That way you know all the pieces are exactly the right size to fit in, and it's just a case then of marrying the other bits up. That really does not want to stick down there today, does it? Is it going? Yeah, it's gone. Oh dear. I'll glue the back later. But that is your trifold. So that will then fold into there like that. That one folds into there like that. And then this folds round. So I'll just show you the one that I've already done. Again, so you can see him. It's quite a quick make today, isn't it? Oops. Now this is just eyelash trim. And I just thought the colour fitted so perfectly with this today. Now, when you come to this bit here, the easiest way to get your button on is to just use a pokey tool, hold your button in place and push the 2 little wee holes in, and then you can sew it easily. It's just an easier way to finding it. It's not like fabric, because with fabric you can feel where the button is. It's a lot easier with fabric, but with card, obviously being thicker, you can't feel where your button is. So just pop 2 little tiny holes in with your pokey tool, and it's quite easy. Or you can even use just your needle, and it will give you a lovely place to put these. Now if you haven't got any buttons, don't worry about that. You can put an embellishment on there and then use the Velcro dots, you know, the lovely Velcro dots. So, you know, every time you open it and close it, it makes that lovely noise. Or in another way is not to bother with that at all, but just to tie something around the whole lot, like sari silk or something, in a great big huge fluffy bow. So I'll just open it up again just so you can see it, so you know how we did that today. So again, there's your top pocket in there, your side one in here, this side one in here, and your other top one in here. And what I did, where my paper comes together, you know, where I've wrapped it round and underneath, it joined here. And you can actually just see the line where it joined. And so what I did, I've put a bit of this lace over the top because this card cracked slightly when it was bent, and I thought, well, that will give it a bit of security and a little bit more strength on there, and hopefully it'll stop this popping open. You know, it'll help to, you know, keep that safe and sound in there. So there we have the back, and I think these are so lovely, and you can put so many different things in them, and just from a couple of envelopes. So have fun playing with them today, guys. Do go and have a look at the other people doing the videos today. I'm absolutely loving them. Kathy Burr had me in stitches yesterday. Somebody was moving in upstairs, and it was so funny because you suddenly had this great bonk bit where they're moving furniture up and down the stairs. And Julie, bless her heart, she made the most beautiful shaker tag yesterday, and unfortunately it was coming apart very, very slightly, but to fix it live on a video that she was doing, she was incredible, absolutely lovely. And then our Linda with her acetate, perfect, absolutely brilliant. I love it when things go slightly wrong on a video and you're able to make it right. It shows the crafters out there, particularly the newbies, don't be afraid. And if something goes wrong, who cares? It's only paper. At the end of the day, it's a piece of paper, and if it goes wrong, you can either fix it or just get rid of it and start again. It is not a problem. So thank you so much for joining me. Do like and subscribe to the people doing this, because they're putting a lot of work into doing this for 12 days. There's a lot of prep that goes on beforehand, and then they need to do the videos, and we have to sync them all to come up all at the same time. For me, it comes up at 6 o'clock in the morning to sync in with the time over in America, in Yukon, where Linda is, and the Friendly Junk Journal people. That's where the group is based. So do give them some love and support, and thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow on the next one. Bye.